Welcome to it says a course so for the 19 what year am I doing here? 1961 Saloon Cup. I can't remember exactly what the name of the actual race would have been called. But all I remember is this race would have been one race of one in 1961, and it would be 49 laps here at this road course when they used to race the road course backwards for the, I don't remember what version this course is. I can't remember what the name of it was. Pretty sure it's just called the road course on this mod, which is a very good mod because I can actually drive on the oval without the AI just brake checking in the tri-oval for no reason when they don't need to. Oh. Now, all the cars aren't correct. We have mostly every, car that would have ran, but that's about it. That's really all we have for that. And also, I made the skill gap very big so that we can have big variety. And hopefully that helps. And that doesn't help, because the car doesn't like to shift out in the second, so we're going to have to get going again. And hopefully I don't get, cheated out of the race because of that. So now I gotta remember how to drive this when I was practicing, because I was practicing yesterday but I wasn't practicing today. The way you do this is, you just right foot brake and left foot clutch in the corners, or in braking zones I should say. That's how we're gonna be doing this. Now I just gotta get back in my rhythm so I can remember how to do that. Also, the brakes weren't fully calibrated, or you saw it go from 50 to 100. So that's probably what contributed to us going off track, because either way we would have slowed down enough to at least make the cones of the corner. Maybe not fully make the corner, but at least get to the cones. Or should I say before the cones. Now my fastest time here I believe was a 2:20. So right now obviously this is the first lap and we're going to be very slow, so it's not that important. But I wanted to redo it because I was able to get this track and I'm able to do this race. I don't know if I'm going to do the 1960 races at all. I might, just because I can just reuse the same drivers for that. As you see the two Ford Falcons in front of us. And also whenever somebody makes a 1959 car set for Daytona, with stock cars, and also have a mix of convertibles and hardtops, it would be perfect. And then I can actually do the 500 on this track. Because one, it's perfect for that, and two, I would actually be able to even do it in the first place. But yeah, so hopefully we can maybe one day do that, because really this is the only game that I can think of doing the 500 with convertibles and hardtop cars, and personally I would run a convertible because I think that would just be, to me, funner. And also because I would act like we are an independent driver at that point. Or for that race at least. Because, I mean, back in the day, pretty much everybody was. Besides, Courage Churn, but they had, money to throw around. They weren't doing it as a hobby. They were kind of just doing it for fun, so they had the money to throw around so they can have a car for a week or a weekend or how many weeks they would run, and have the money to repair those cars when they bent it up and bent them out of shape. I've seen videos of this race, not long videos, very short videos, but there's a segment in that said video where Curtis Churn and Joe Wesley are bump drafting, which is odd. Especially when people said they weren't bum drafting in the 60s, but I've seen a lot of videos where they were bum drafting. Just wasn't as familiar as what it is now. I also like this version of Daytona because I think it takes inspiration from the not Grand Prix Legends, well, maybe from Grand Prix Legends too, but also from GTR 2, the, what do you call it, Power and Glory mod. I think that's why I like it so much, because it brings inspiration from that. And also, I didn't do my gears correctly. It should have been a lot better calibrated, but because it should go up to about 103 down the straightaways, but I can deal with it. It's not like I have to win every single race, nor do I really want to. It's kind of boring winning every single race, especially since I think before this video even comes out, you see the 16 video, which that can tell you that I did this first. But I'm most likely going to release that video first. And it's going to be both races in one video. I mean, it's pretty much the same amount of time as this. Oh, actually, it would be like 10 minutes shorter, maybe 15 minutes shorter. And then I'm going to redo the 1963 American Challenge Cup, and then redo the 1959 IndyCar 100 race, or USAC 100 race, and even maybe do the Formula Libre race this time, if I can. I'm also just straight happy that we even have this now. Because I was so disappointed when I didn't realize that even instead of course it didn't have this layout of Daytona. And now we do. I'm very happy with that. And the good thing about the Daytona is, even though it says it's for 1971 cars, it's not completely a 1971 track. So there's no wall from turn 1 to turn 4. Like in this track, which is good because you can still use it as a 60s track, which is even better. Because I like using, whenever I can, use the oval, like in the American Challenge Cup, as the 60s version, and for the 59 Daytona 500 and the 59 IndyCar race as the 59 variant, which is literally this, but there's a lot less stuff around the outside, that's for sure. Also, I can't remember, I don't know, I don't think these are lights. If they are, they're for the 24-hour race. Which would be the 12-hour race by the time 63 came around, I think. Even then, if those are not lights, those are power lines then. I'm not completely sure, I don't remember that much history about Daytona. You know, it's a track that I come to a lot when I do these. Nice corner. They're definitely driving away from me. I think Lee Petty's gonna get to me because my gear ratios aren't correct. Actually, that might just be because we were in the horseshoe, the original horseshoe. Because I think nowadays it's about right about here. I think maybe back to where that open road was. That used to kind of peek out back there. I can't remember exactly where all that stuff was. Yeah, because that leaderboard is definitely the right relative when you're on the right straightaway of the driver, or the driver in front of you. So that's about what I expected. About 24 seconds-ish. And then behind me about, I say, 20-ish. Which seems like it's about, maybe a little bit less, but about 20. Yeah, look at that, about 19 seconds-ish. Around that range, that makes sense. Especially since I can't go the speed I want to. Also, another thing is they made this track perfect for cars older, because on the oval at least, and this. But also on the oval because you can actually run the high lane and AI follow you. So it's not, you know, stupid. Also, we're doing full length races for all these races I'm going to be doing, or redoing. I might even do a full length 500 if somebody ever even makes a mod for NR 2003 or makes a mod here that is less than like $30. I might be able to buy something. Because right now I have something that I can get, or can you also use a gift card? Because I hate when I have to buy tracks and you can't use a gift card, because I mean, like, it's money. It's the same thing. Oh, that's another thing I didn't do. I didn't fully fuel up, which should do that right now. Okay, that was wrong. I did that completely wrong. I was too focused on the fueling situation where I accidentally messed up that corner big time. We're good though. We saved it. We're also going to try to move my mouse out of the way, so hopefully that goes away. Please. A little too deep there. Okay, it's not going to go away. Now it can go away. Okay. No, stop. Thank you. I can do this too. Back in the day, you can do this. I'm pretty sure in the video I saw Lee Petty finish there on the apron. Also, I'm pretty sure in this division, the Compact Canyon or Cannonball Compact race, Compact Cannon, I can't remember exactly what the label of the race was, but I'm pretty sure the 3 times they had compact cars going around this road course, the 3 times, I'm pretty sure a Chrysler car won all 3 of them. Because I'm pretty sure Panch in 1960 was a Chrysler. And then he turned into a Ford, I'm pretty sure, because obviously he was a Ford, I think, at that point in 61. No, that's wrong. That's completely wrong. He was still a Pontiac. Never. He was a Pontiac, not a Ford. So he would have, I think, been a Plymouth either way. Here and I are a different car that I don't have. That's why he's right now in a Ford, because I don't have a car that he possibly drove in 61, and that didn't shift down correctly. I'm gonna have to do with it. It's an older car, so. Also, these saloon cars are a little iffy. They're not really meant for a set Corsa in a way. I mean, I'm not saying it's not greatly made. I mean, it's not particularly made for what I'm doing here. But they're definitely not the best built cars in this other Corsa. They're a little bit stingy and a little iffy. I don't know why it's so stingy. I just meant to say iffy, but okay. I fooled myself there. But yeah, so hopefully that doesn't affect us. I do love this road course. I wish they would run this road course variant back. It literally can be run. They literally have the access road that they use for motorcycles. And that's literally what we go through to get into the nowadays road course section. That would be perfect if they could bring back a compact race. Even if it's just only at Daytona. Well, you could do it at Talladega, or not Talladega, Charlotte Roval too, honestly. Maybe even New Hampshire on like an off week or something. Because that has a road course. You could even do one in Bristol. Not really. It would be kind of funny though. Do like the off-road races that they had there, like the same layout, but not dirt and ramps. Do plan to do more whenever I can, because if I can do the 500, I'm doing all 200 laps if I can. I think in the game you can't, but I think if you mod it, I think you can get all 200 laps in. If not, then we're doing at least 50% of the race, which that's why I say even if it gets put on NRS to race it, even if there is no convertibles, as long as they can make the cars, like they can bring in the drivers that ran convertibles and somehow just make the car a hardtop as a convertible and make some type of like what do you call it? Some type of thing that doesn't tell you exactly it's a convertible, but you can tell it's supposed to be a convertible. Like, don't make the roof look non-existent. Like, make it look like a hardtop car, but also have something stand out as it being a convertible. If that's the case, then that'd be perfect. And the reason why I say somebody else do it, not me, because I am not capable of that. I'm stupid. Also, I really want a actual 1959 mod, since I can't really replicate those cars in 58 mod or even 60 mod anymore, because I only could go up to 1960 with that mod. Even then, I was lacking templates. got some lappers here. Got Atkinson, Wetterly, and Turner, which I think Turner and Wetterly flipped. No, Wetterly only flipped in this race in real life. It was Turner and Petty who flipped. Well, Petty didn't flip, Richard didn't flip. He got close to it, but Turner flipped in the 1960 version. Check up a lot here for these guys. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to. Gonna dart a little bit. Gave me good room there, which is nice. I can actually not wreck for once. Sometimes the side course AI doesn't know you're there, which does get annoying from time to time. Actually, never mind, we're not doing 60. We might do it later, but not right now. I'm not gonna try to post it before this one. Just have it as a loss-loss race. I do also like how rigid the guardrail is. It's not perfect, which is not how it is, which is nice. At least it's not perfection, which is better than perfection in this game. Looks nice. Looks real. Doesn't look fake. Except the grass. You know, I can't really use much of that grass, but you know, like grass particles. Is Lee catching up to me now, or I think he got stuck behind Wetterly, so I think we're good on that part. Jack Smith is still leading though. Actually, he just took the lead. Not just, but he took the lead a couple laps ago. Okay, we're coming up on more lap cars. We're coming up on Mo Clark. And Rory and Panch are way ahead since the leaders just passed them, and they're also way ahead. And I think Lee Petty is starting to catch us now, which is not good, but since I'm going to pass Clark here, we might be fine. If he catches him in the road course section. We're definitely not the fastest car. We haven't been hitting top speed, so can't really beat the fastest car if you're not hitting top speed. Unless if you're on like a short track or a short road course. Doing a lot better making this corner. I don't even know if I still have that video up. You guys probably still have the bottom right there in that schedule 1. I don't even know if I even have that video anymore. I probably deleted it just because it had no views. Makes sense. I didn't really do much in that. It wasn't really a fun game to me. It was fun until it just got boring. Nobody else had it at the time, friend-wise. Mostly because I just like playing other games like this and Borderlands, Team Fortress, American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, BMG, obviously NR. Nemesis is also fun. I also just got Worms, and that video should be up soon. The Forest, that also should be soon whenever we can play. Repo, I've already played before, same with Peak. Those are also great games, and then Rally, Richard Burns Rally is a peak rally game. The only rally game I own. Because all the new ones just kind of suck. Especially since they can't really get the right steering ratio for it. Always seems to change with every variation of the game. Because I used to play WRC5, and that was a good game because I used it on the controller, so I think that was the most I've ever played a rally game too, besides like Dirt 4. And that was just because I like driving the stadium trucks. I might do a series on that though, I mean, if you guys ever want it. Because the stadium trucks are a lot more interesting to me than the like actual rally. You know, I've done a lot of rally in Dirt 4 and Rally Cars. Definitely gonna lap the field like about 7 times. Not 7 times, more like 5 times here. It's almost like a lap every 10 laps. About 5 laps, so if you do the math, it would probably be about 10 times actually. And they can even lap us because they're actually getting long enough away. They might actually lap me by the end of this race. This race is still a very long race. It's not like the 2 individual races in 1960 where you had a 20 lapper and 10 lapper. You can save yourself from being lapped. Here you don't got that same luxury. Roy Schechter. I think I said it right the first time. No, I try to correct myself. I said the same exact thing. I think, at least. Also, just how big the walls used to be at Daytona. Those things were like 6 feet tall, 7 feet tall. Now it's like at least 5. I think all of us are gonna pit, but I'm gonna probably pit earlier because of my starter fuel. So that honestly might make me the winner, depending on how much fuel you actually take during these laps. I don't know the math on that, so I can't tell. I'm just driving. That's why you got a crew chief for a reason. Because I'm not a crew chief. I can't put that brain together. Got Speedy Thompson, Jeff Stevens, and then Pedro Rodriguez in 10th there, who eventually actually made a cut. Started in 65. I think that's Charlotte. Get some draft. Should be at least going like 102 in the draft. If not, as long as I hit 100, that's not the worst thing possible. We did hit 101, so I am confident in the car. Also, Lee's getting held up by a lot of lap cars, so that's even better. I don't get screwed out of a third place. I mean, I probably will eventually. Get a slap yet. That's even better. Get away from Lee Petty and Richard Petty. Also, because that can help us not get lapped eventually whenever that happens. Also, I think that might have been the fastest lap of the race. I'm not sure. Could definitely be up there. Coming up on 10th. Hit 102, please. I guess it's staying at 101. John Hill. Actually, this is a big long car or line of cars. Jesus, who are we lapping here? I think some of those are actually cars that we're about to pass. Here are cars that are multiple laps down. do think I see a car diver. No, I think they just passed him, actually. I was about to say a car diver actually passed him from position, but we're not. actually tag along here. We might actually not be getting lapped this race. I mean, we still have 30 to go, I think, but doesn't look like we're gonna get lapped. Actually looking really well right now. Richard is down to 4th. I don't know what happened to Lee Petty. But I think he might have went down pit road, which is kind of scary because I don't know if I need to pit yet because I haven't seen the light show up yet. You're already got really held up and wrecked, which is another thing that could happen. Or he did.
fine. As long as we don't flip over. I do see cars on pit lane. That must have been where Lee went. Because that's definitely Panch right there. Or, not Panch, Smith. Oh, I forgot it's not fourth gear. This far in the race, I forgot there's no fourth gear. Yeah, because he just came up behind me. Okay, so we're gonna have to pit at some point, so that's good to know. I just don't know how much fuel I'm gonna have right now. I don't know how long I can go. So, we don't need that many laps.
can't tell if the right technology. I don't know if it actually has what I need to know for fuel, or it's just a random techno. Yeah, Rich Brady's the fastest car on the track now. He went at 290, and Lee Petty went faster. Okay, well, and they're definitely going to catch me if we pit, or when we do pit. That would be at some point. Probably when they're in pits. I think that's Paul up there, O'Sheen, that pitted just now. I don't think Larry pitted, because I would have been first if I was. So whenever that light comes on, if it does, hopefully it does, we'll pit. very risky. I don't even know if I'm gonna get this fast lap. I'm not on track for it. I don't think we are. We might. Hold on, let's see how fast of a lap we get. Oh, beautiful lap. Fastest lap yet. Hey, around Speedy Thompson. I think Larry Frank might be pitting this lap. There's a yellow flag. That's not good. Oh, it might be for me because I went way. Never mind. That was actually optimal line right there. But I went way too deep in the corner. But I actually went perfectly into the corner there. That was perfect braking zone. Maybe a little too much on the throttle, but we're fine. Maybe that's. I'm not gonna risk it though. I was about to say maybe that should be my braking zone, but I don't want to risk wrecking this late in the race too. I think we'll pit when it comes to lap 30. I think that's when we're gonna pit because he's definitely gonna go longer. I don't know how long until I get into my light pulls up. It should still just pop up there on the top left. It shouldn't change or anything. Is it showing? There we are. Time I played the game. Should be able to show. On Jeff Stevens now as Jack Smith's getting held up by Roy back there, which is good because I ran the fastest time, which was a 2:18.26, and that was because I was drafting off of everybody down the backstretch in the corners. So that was like the optimal run there, but haven't been able to use that to an advantage to catch up at all. Kind of just have to wait to pit stops to see how much fuel he puts in, and if I have less to put in, then we might be able to get to the lead. It really depends on that at this point. We've lapped up to 10th twice now, or at least Larry Frank has. I think he's about to get to Gene Stokes here in a second. I think that's them two right there in that corner right there. And luckily my pedal started working correctly instead of having the spring. I think it was just misaligned, so it just kept making a clicking noise. So luckily that's not having too much of a problem. Did he just pit? Is that who I see pitting? Is that Larry Frank? Because if so, we're pitting next time by then. It was, okay, because now we should be first now. There we go. Yeah, that was him pitting. So now, since we know that, we can do this. Since we have about like 25 laps fuel that we need, actually. We can go with 24. Since we are going to be a little early than our lights, so we should have at least a couple laps of fuel extra, so we should be fine. It should make us get out in front of him, I think. Not sure. Oh, come on, get in a second. There we go. Reposition, that was weird. Gene Stokes. Actually, I think I'm gonna pit right behind him unless if I get to him before. Never gonna get to him before the horseshoe. Never mind. I don't know if I mentioned I also messed with their aggressiveness to kind of put it up just a little bit so they actually go for gaps that about does not exist. I missed it, but we're perfect. Oh, come on. No, we're not gonna be in front of him. Gonna stay in front of the lead Petty though. Gonna stay down here on the apron, just in case. So also so I don't accidentally wreck myself on the apron, because I've done that multiple times in practice, and this and the old track with our cars. So now, we're going fuel, they're going fuel, everybody's going fuel, I think. Unless they decide not to pit some of them, which definitely possible. But those cars won't matter to us since they are a lap down. Get behind Jeff Stevens, get some draft. Maybe we can get another fast lap going. I heard too, we did it. Use the banking though. Okay, use the banking to give some speed. And they're getting held up by some lap cars. This might be a chance here. No, it's a long chance, but it's some type of chance. But I'd rather take that than committing to being third. Especially when Lee Petty could easily get by me if he has a fast enough car. see what they're doing. They're tandeming that there. They're literally tandeming. Like, how can I beat that? They're literally tandeming up there. I think that's one of the reasons why I can't get to them. Is that they're drafting off of each other, which is making them go at least 102 compared to my 97 to 98 mile an hour corner speed by myself. They're catching Jack Smith, but he's getting held up. So I wouldn't hold my breath right now. Might catch him. He's in a real big group of very slow cars. Oh, he's right there. I see him. Maybe the first pass we're gonna make on track. Excuse me. They check up a little bit there, but we're good. We made it by without wrecking anybody or wrecking ourselves. Made a pass for second. That's insane. I think we're 18 laps to go now. Now 19, or no, 19, 17. There is a chance we can get to Larry Frank, but with their speeds compared to my speeds, I can't really compete with them, especially since I have no draft in front of me half the lap. Or half the time, I should say, not half the lap, half the time. Oh. Got too close. That's gonna destroy our time right there. I mean, there's cones, so I mean, I'm guessing those means that you cut the corner if you exceed those, so that's why I went full advantage. Okay, John Hill, sorry about that. They got Wetterly, which is going to be an easy pass. And they got Harry Atkinson, which is going to have a little bit of a draft over here. As Jack Smith's going to get held up even more, since he has even more cars collecting. We might be able to get to Frank if we get the right corners. And be able to get to his draft down the straightaway. Come on, give me the draft, give me the draft. We're definitely pulling a little bit here. Yeah, very close, but we lost too much momentum sliding there. Trying to make sure we didn't destroy both cars. But now, we're kind of in a healthy sandwich, because if when Jack Smith gets to us, if he does, I have some good draft for it. And we have a draft in front of us with Larry Frank, so that might help us. See, my car for some reason isn't hitting 102, but it's supposed to hit at least 102. But it hits it when I go down the hill. We might be, if we can get close enough when he gets around into lap cars, we should have a chance. Even in braking zones, I think we have a chance as long as we don't keep messing up. Okay, I'm good. It's a little bit of a cheating line, but back in the day, didn't care. We have a good horseshoe, but really, really all the braking zones we have a good corner and good braking zone, but straightaways is where we die compared to them. As long as, I mean, if we can get to some lap cars by the end of this thing, we might be saved. Leave this lap. At least leave this lap, please. A 220 is not bad. At least it's 2 seconds faster in Frank's, so that gives me some type of hope that he might mess up. Jack Smith was almost faster than I, but he's 5-6 seconds back now. Try to block the outside off the corner, and then if he moves out, we're going to try to block him just a little bit, make him lose some momentum if we can, and then get behind him before the corner and get some drafting going before we get to the braking zone. Some clean racing too. Even though I did cut the corner last lap, but now it's just so I don't hit him. And it worked out that time. We needed to go off track and still passed him. They get a decent last corner. I can't get a faster last corner than that. Definitely lost some time on that lap. Well, we were about the same that lap around. He was about the same lap around too. Jack Smith got quicker. That's not good. He's in the traffic now, I think, for Larry, and I think Larry's... Well, Larry obviously had some tracks on me. That's pretty easy to tell. Trying to break the draft, see if he follows me like an IndyCar. Nope, he's just gonna go straight to the top, which we're gonna block. Beautiful corners. Okay, we got a lap car in front of us. This might help us if they catch him in the right corner. Thank you, Roy, for getting out of the way. This is kind of crazy that we lost about 20 seconds at the beginning of the race, and then after a pit stop we gained 20 seconds thanks to lap cars. Didn't mean to press it. Trying to make sure my steering wheel is still tight. that shift. But luckily, he's in lap cars, so it doesn't matter for me. That's even better for us, and Larry Frank is going to get even more held up. So come up to 10 to go next time when we cross the line. So we can get around a lap car. I wish I would use it too, because it would help a lot of being stuck by lap cars issues. Oh no, that's not good. Save it. Nope. Oh, that just ruined the race for us. We threw it in too deep trying to get around a lap car, and that screwed us. Coming to 10 to go now. I don't see us winning unless we just get really lucky with these lap cars coming up. Because not even Jack Smith is back up to us. Those two. That's definitely gonna help us. I'm not even gonna say might, that will help. That's how that corner should be going. If I didn't brake it later. Okay, we're gaining, but not enough for us to be fully gone. Because we could easily hit an era of this race where we have no lap cars to fight them for. Because if we don't have any more lap cars the rest of the race, they're definitely gonna catch me based off of speed down the oval part and straight line through Horseshoe. The straightaway after and before. So hopefully, because he just shaved it down to almost 3 seconds, which it was 6 seconds before we entered the last corner, so it's a big gap that was made, or that was cut. So now we have 9 to go, coming up to 8 this time. Only have so many more mistakes we can make to throw this one away. To go. Okay, we're coming up on 1 lap car, and then we're gonna have to be another 10 seconds up before we get into a possible group of lap cars. Unless they disperse in time. And Jack Smith went 2 seconds quicker than I did that lap, and he caught Larry Frank. Telling you, it's not good unless they catch the lap car after I get by him in the right spot. If they can catch Marvin Panch in the corners, not on the super speedway corner, but on road course corners, it'll help, but I don't know if it'll exactly help the way we need it. Because they're both right there, they're tandeming right now, unless they're side by side, but they're tandeming like they were earlier. That's they figured out something. The 2 AIs with brains somehow. Oh, cut it too much there. Try not to cut it too many times, but I've definitely cut it more than I wanted to. Or more times than I wanted to. They're gonna catch Panch on the straightaway, or on the oval, so that's not good. shift. That's not good. Get around Panch. Now we have 7 to go. Oh, we're catching this 2-car lap car. This might help, might not help. Clutch instead of the throttle and the shift. Because half the time doesn't want even to shift the gear. They hit both 20s, so they're definitely gonna get around them in time. Should not be too much of a problem. Because I think Jack Smith's passed both of them, yep. Larry Frank should be passing them now. There he is. Six laps to go. And back up into the road course section. Back where nowadays is the motorcycle section is. Or old motorcycle layout at least. 5 to go. Got Jim Pedro, which is going to give us a little bit of a draft here on this lap. We're going to use as much draft as we can, even if it might lose time, it'll give us some time back. Hitting 102. He must be hitting at least 98, maybe 97 mile an hour. Come up to 4 to go. The Curse Turner now. Yeah, now we're just getting into the one after one lap car type thing instead of one half. Okay, this might actually end the race right here. These lap cars and how far back he is now. So I think we have it in the bag as long as we don't keep making mistakes. Coming to 3 to go this time. I gotta compare the stats to real life stats. I don't know how long the race would have taken in real life. I know it would be slower since it is compact cars. It's not like it was supercars or sports cars. So it might be at somewhere around this range of about 2 hours-ish. Let's get around Harry. And we're gonna go up and get the draft of Joe Wedley. red card. That's fine. I mean, after those 2 lap cars, I don't think we're gonna get caught on this re-wreck. Slash make a mistake. And that'd be a big mistake. Two to go. Two to go, come on. No mess ups, come on. No tragedies. Oh, Gene Stokes is in the right position. Perfect. Final lap. We have 10-second lead on Larry Frank. All these lap cars are fully in the right hands. Looks like we pretty much have it in the bag now. We just gotta make sure these last corners are smooth and we don't fly off the racetrack right early or lose too much time making a mistake, like spinning out and getting stuck or something. Because with this last lap and this 8-second lead, about to be like 7 seconds by the time we get to the road course section, we should have the W. After not even looking like we were even gonna have the win, but lap cars fell into our hands perfectly, and then it fell into their hands at the worst times possible. So we're probably just gonna, honestly, we're just gonna coast behind Rory and John Hill here. Save fuel too, just in case if I was short. I'm not completely sure. I mean, it would have shown up if I was getting close to being short. I'm gonna let these two finish their lap, whatever lap they're on. Make sure we make it through these corners. Give him a bump draft, let's see. Because Kurt's and Joe Whiteley were bump drafted in the video I saw, as I said before. So, see if he can. Actually, no, that's not from precision, so it wouldn't even mattered. See, can I get him in time? Nah, we're not gonna do it to him. There we go.